Hi, nerd fighters. This is my first nerd fighting video. I'm telling you, it's not as easy as it looks. Let's clean the lens a little bit. This is not good. Okay. Oh. And people that saw me today would be like, no, that's really what she looks like. She just wears a lot of makeup. She looks like a whore. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nobody's gonna say that. They're all too nice. This video comes in many parts. Part one, where nerd fighters get kicked out of Barnes & Noble because they're like, we just can't contain this much awesome in one room. Part two, we sit in the park and we're all smiling and we can't get over the fact that we're sitting with Hank Green and Maureen Johnson. This is what happened. Last night at around 11 o'clock at night, Hank posted this video. The truth is that it was posted on August 5th, so people are like, is it today? Did I miss it? Darn, I missed it. And I'm like, no, no, no. And I kept replying to everybody. I was the person who replied to everybody. Always Jill, I replied to everybody. I'm like, it's today. No, it's not. It hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen in X amount of hours. So come. So I was starting to get a little scared. I'm like, there's going to be me and Hank, and that would be great, but we're all the nerd fighters. I walk into Barnes & Noble. And like there are a few teenagers walking around. I'm like, nerd fighters? And yeah, okay. So I sit down on the chairs and open up a book. I look up and Hank's standing right there. I'm like, oh, hey. And he's like, hi. I'm gonna do the Hank Green thing. Close up. My first impression of Hank was that he's really tall. He told all the nerd fighters that were there, we're being kicked out of Barnes & Noble because the Barnes & Noble said there's just too much awesome in one room and we're just really afraid for the people who are not awesome that it's just the place is gonna explode and it can't contain this much awesome. So I'm sorry, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. I didn't hear it directly, but I'm sure it had something to do with the amount of awesome in the room. So we said, okay, let's go across the street to the park. The park is outside in the open. Nobody's gonna get hurt. So we went across the street and we sat in a big circle and Hank called John and spoke to him, and then a few people got to speak to John. So I brought a friend of mine. We started talking about Harry Potter for whatever reason. And my friend turns to me and says, are there a bunch of teenagers now sitting in a circle talking about Harry Potter right now? And I said, yes. That's exactly what's happening. And she said, that's really cool. That's awesome. I couldn't stop smiling and it was just funny. I felt like a teenager again. I'm 28, by the way. Yeah, so then someone came along and said, yeah, the park closes at 7, so you guys need to leave. So we were the traveling nerd fighters. So we got up and thank God Maureen Johnson lives in the area. I said,
let's go to your place.
Let's go to your place. Yeah.
No, so we ended up going to Madison Square Park, and I'm like, Madison Square Garden? Isn't that like really far? And like, no, no, no. I think it was Evan who pointed out to me that Madison Square Park is not the same as Madison Square Garden. Then we got there, and who knew, we have a nerd fighting break dancer. Hank broke dance. And then he did a few push-ups. Then Maureen Johnson started saying that she wrote all of John's books, which I'm sure is true. She started saying that she also wrote all the Harry Potter books, which is true. I have proof for it. It says so right here. Then we just chilled and it was really fun. I was nervous for a few reasons because when you're writing comments, John and Hank don't always answer your comments, and I'm like, I have all these questions, what if he doesn't answer me? And I was scared. I know that Hank is not a public speaker, and I'm like, what if he's going to be this like recluse and he's not going to talk to us, and there's not going to be any leader? Turns out it was really great because he was just so friendly and he answered all my questions. These were my questions that I had. I'm sure other people had as well. What happened to the first part of John's live vlog? Hank didn't know what the answer was, but thank God there were nerd fighters. I missed the live vlog, so I was very upset, but I'm happy to know that the answer is not that he just doesn't like me. The answer is actually that he said something that he didn't want to be out in the open. Something about his books, not something about his personal life. So what were my questions? I don't even remember anymore. I've been trying to get this into Question Tuesday for the past few weeks now. I've been asking whether John's An Abundance of Catherines came before or after Hank's Catherine. And so I asked Hank, and Hank said no, it came before his Catherine. It had nothing to do with it, coincidentally. He married somebody named Catherine. I told Hank that I can't get It's Too Hot out of my head. And people are like, wow, it's a really great song. I'm like, no, 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 it's not mine. It's Hank Green's Vlogbrothers song. But I was really happy that I got to ask all my questions and that Hank answered every one of them. And he was really nice about it. All in all, it was really cool. It lasted about 2.5 hours, give or take. I got to meet really nice nerd fighters. It was really nice to see that everybody was just happy and happy to be a nerd fighter and happy to read books and read Harry Potter and be into the Vlogbrothers. Anyway, it was really nice meeting everyone. Hank It was really nice to see you and to spend time with you. You're a really nice guy, which shouldn't be surprising to me, but you never know when you meet people in person. Maureen Johnson was also really cool, and hopefully I get to meet John in around November-ish. Anyway, I'll see you Nerdfighters later. Take care. Bye. Is that a bug?